The current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper.
Metal Gear Solid 2 was released in 2001. It was weird, philosophical, and way ahead of its time. The game predicted a world flooded with misinformation, a world where AI filters what we see, where truth isn't deleted, it's buried, where control doesn't come from violence, but from managing data. The game doesn't just show you how systems manipulate people, it puts you inside one. Later in the game, Raiden is contacted by an AI, and this is where everything starts to break down.
Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations?
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashioned, every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
It's not my fault. It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You want to control human thought, human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays. The S3 plan does not stand for solid snake simulation. What it does stand for is selection for societal sanity.
The world is drowning in information. Most of it is meaningless, random opinions, jokes, lies, and half-truths. And the AI's job isn't to delete anything. It's to control the flow, to shape what's seen and what's ignored. It says we're not here to control content, we're here to create context. That line, it sums up the modern internet. Algorithms don't just serve content, they shape what we think is relevant. They decide what matters, not based on truth, but on engagement. It's not censorship, it's curation. And that's even more powerful. When Metal Gear Solid 2 came out, deepfakes didn't exist. AI voice cloning didn't exist. Social media barely existed. But the game understood something important. When anything can be faked, images, voices, even memories, truth becomes fragile. In the game, Raiden starts to lose his grip. His mission stops making sense. His girlfriend disappears. The colonel glitches and starts saying nonsense. Everything starts to feel fake. And in 2025, that feels familiar. We see fake videos, fake headlines, bot accounts, AI-generated content. We're constantly surrounded by information, but we don't know what to believe. Just like Raiden, we're overwhelmed, and we're starting to lose trust in reality. The AI in the game doesn't just talk about facts, it talks about memes. Not funny pictures, but meme in the original sense, ideas that spread like viruses. The AI says culture is shaped by memes, beliefs, norms, assumptions, and its goal is to control which ideas survive, because if you control the flow of ideas, you control the future. And now, that's exactly what's happening. Platforms like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter don't just host content, they elevate certain messages, they make ideas go viral, and those ideas shape how we think, vote, and live. It's not just about truth anymore, it's about what spreads. The real villain in Metal Gear Solid 2 isn't a person, it's the system itself. A group called the Patriots runs the world, not through weapons, but through information. They decide what gets remembered, what gets erased, what becomes part of history. In 2001, that sounded like a conspiracy theory. Today, it sounds like your For You page. Modern platforms don't need to ban you to silence you. They just have to make sure no one sees you. The system doesn't need to lie. It just needs to flood you with noise. And most people won't notice it happening. Metal Gear Solid 2 didn't predict everything. It didn't see smartphones, short-form video, or how fast the internet would evolve. It didn't predict influencers or the attention economy. But the big picture, it got right. It predicted the collapse of objective truth, the rise of AI-curated reality, the spread of idea-based control, and the feeling of living in a system that quietly shapes everything you see. Back then, it felt abstract. Now, it's everyday life. Metal Gear Solid 2 wasn't designed to entertain, it was designed to warn us. We just didn't understand it at the time, but now the world it imagined, the systems, the algorithms, the information control, it's all here. And most people still don't see it.